Hey Crafty Peeps! Let's just get into today's DIYs.
This project, I'm going to use 2 of these Dollar Tree wooden crates, some of the craft sticks, and this little miter shears, which if you saw my last video, I was like, I'm definitely buying these. They will make life easier, and they totally did. So I will link those down below. And then I'm going to use Waverly's antique wax as well as ivory chalk paint and some not doorknob, drawer pulls. You can use wood buttons, any kind of thing you can use, but these are actual drawer pulls that I didn't need. And then one of these garden fences, also from Dollar Tree. So first I'm just going to cut off all these little extra pieces, and I'm using my tin snips, and I just saw another creator actually use the miter shears to cut it, so that will work too, or scissors. These just seem to cut a little easier with less effort. Anyhow, I'm going to cut it in half, so I will get 2 pieces out of this, although the second piece kind of it's not quite as even. So I will cut this in half, and then I will use this piece right here. All right, so then I am just going to take my miter shears and I'm going to cut down the craft sticks. And what I'm going to do is I want to make a frame around this box. So I'm going to cut, and it takes 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom, and then a half for each side. So I'm just going to kind of play around here with the size. You can be exact and measure it. I just kind of did it based on what I saw. Just thought it was easier, and I kind of wanted it to have a rustic look. And so then I just kind of sand the edges off where I cut. Now this is a tip that one of you guys told me about, and I am so thankful, and I wish I remembered who told me. I would give you a shout out. But you put little pieces down on a piece of tape when you're painting. And it makes it so much easier, so much faster, less messy. So now I'm going to take the Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to paint all of the craft sticks, and I'm going to paint all of the sides of these crates except for the front. That's the only thing I'm not going to paint, and the bottom. And once that's complete, then I will paint the fronts with the Waverly Ivory chalk paint. And on here it doesn't look like a big difference, but it does make a difference. It gives it a nice pop when I put the trim around it. I'm going to take that same ivory paint and just kind of distress this piece here. I end up deciding later on just to paint it fully ivory, but I thought this might look like metal, and then I did not care for it. So I kind of just, the projects evolve as we go along. Now I'm measuring for the center of my crate, and this is going to be where my drawer knob goes. And once I find that center, I'm going to find my drill bit that I think matches the hole size the best, and then I will drill a hole. After I drill the hole, I take that box, flip it over to the other box, and mark the hole. The other box just saves me a little time in measuring, because then it'll be in the same spot. I love having just a little drill on hand. It makes life so easy, and sometimes we're intimidated by those, but they're really easy to use. Now, because my wood isn't that thick, there is actually space between where I wound the drawer pull around with the screw, so I just put some hot glue in that space so it wouldn't continue to turn. And as you see here, I am adding on the trim pieces that I made to give it kind of a trim. And so I will do that for both of the boxes. And as you see here, I didn't like that gray, so I covered it in white. And now I'm taking that antique wax paint, and I'm just lightly touching it around to give it that rustic look. And then when I'm done with this paint, I will go ahead and glue it, and this is the finish of this project. I wanted to come up with the little pieces that could go inside this project. So I found this little beaded thing at Dollar General. The only thing they had left was an S, which doesn't really pertain to me, so I knew I'd make it over at some point. I picked up these stickers from Dollar Tree, and this clock matched perfect, like the exact size. So that was a super easy makeover. And then I also got this frame from Dollar Tree, and I cut out a piece of scrapbook paper to go inside of it. And I'm just going to kind of decorate that and give it like a vintagey, rustic look. So grab a tag, this little wood key from Dollar Tree, and then this sheet of rub-ons. These are so great. I love rub-ons. And then I decide that I actually like the look of the little, I don't know what you would call that, book plate at the top instead of the bottom, so I switched it. So now I'm just kind of going through the rub-ons here, and I will pick one out. I think rub-ons are really great because they look like they've been inked on, like they're part of whatever you're putting them on. They don't look like a sticker, you know, where you can tell it's raised. So I go ahead and I rub this on, and then I will use some twine and add the key. It needed one more thing, so I went through my wood letters and I grabbed a K for my last name and I added that. I definitely think that was the finishing touch. Just gave it that good look. And so I can set that now inside of my little drawer. I don't know what you would call this, but I just think it's the cutest thing to add to your home decor. I wanted to make a matching decor piece from the last one. So I grabbed this vase from Dollar Tree. You really could use like a Pringles jar or anything, cylinder. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to cover it anyway. And then I just grabbed some neutral embellishment pieces from my stash and some buttons and so forth, and a piece of scrapbook paper. So I'm going to take this and I will measure it out, and this will be what I wrap around the vase.
The longer I've waited, the more that I've tried. All the years that I've wasted trying to find it. All that I go through.
I'm just using double stick tape to stick it down. I feel like that works really well on the glass with paper. I'm sure there's other glues you can use as well. I just know that that will stick really well. And then I'm going to take some of this burlap from Dollar Tree and I'm going to wrap that around as well. And then this amazing ribbon that has just come out Dollar Tree, it's faux leather. It's so good. It comes in 6 different colors. So this is the darkest brown that it comes in. And I'm going to cut 2 strips of that to attach.
My peace of mind, let it all go out the window. No smoke in my eyes. I can hear the wind chiming. It's always been you in the back of my mind. Early blue morning, when everything's cold, I see you running, all covered in gold. There's nothing else that eases my soul. I let it all go out the window. No smoke in my eyes. I can hear the wind.
I'm going to take this piece of canvas that was left over from another project and just tear it. And then I'm using this laser cut piece from Dollar Tree. You'll see these in a lot of my projects. I'm totally obsessed with them right now. I think they're amazing embellishments. So I don't know where I got this little grapevine wreath. It just was in my stash, but you could definitely make one just with branches or, you know, floral branches. And I'm going to add the canvas piece down to that. Then I'm going to take some of this twine from Dollar Tree and I'm going to wrap it around 3 times and double knot it. And I'm going to hang this from that twine. And then you'll see off to the side there, I have a little clock piece on a wood piece. I tried to add that. It just wasn't working. That wood piece was just too chunky, wasn't working. So I took the clock piece off and added it to the word amazing, and I love that. That turned out great. And then all I need to do is just add a little twine bow, and this project is done. If you'd like to see how I made those bows in a little slow motion, I will link my bow tutorials down below. And I just think this added to the last craft perfectly.
Out the window, no smoke in my eyes. I can hear the wind chiming. It's always been you in the back of my mind. Let it all go out the window. No smoke in my eyes. I can hear the wind chiming.
This DIY could not be simpler, but this calendar is so amazing that I purchased off this artist's website on her Etsy. The calendar is sold out, but she is still selling the prints, so you can buy them just as sheets instead of calendar. This is the same designer that made the famous Dollar Tree calendar, so it's really good. This one's a lot higher quality. So I'm going to make this sign double-sided. So I'm going to make a farmhouse sign and then I'm going to flip it over and make an Easter sign. I really like to do this to save space. I make so much decor and it's taking up so much space. So I'm trying to flip over things and make signs that way to reduce space. So all I'm doing is taking this calendar sheet and decoupaging it right onto this piece of wood. And this wood sign is from Target Dollar Spot. It was $3 and magically was the exact right size. Just like that clock sticker. I don't know, it was just all meant to be. So I'm just going to Mod Podge it right on. And then I don't take too much time cutting it out perfectly because I will sand around the edges, which makes it perfect and also gives it that rustic look. And now I'm just going to flip it over and do the exact same thing. Add this bunny paper down. I don't know what was different with this one because I put them down the exact same way and somehow this side got a bubble on it. That's the one thing I hate about Mod Podges. Sometimes you get a bubble. I'm not sure what I did, but anyhow, I used all the techniques I always use. Anyhow, after I sand it down here, I'm going to add some ribbon from Dollar Tree and just make a cute little bow here. And then I'm going to put that twine back in to hang the sign, and it's done. This was the easiest DIY. I feel like it's cheating, but it's a cute double-sided sign. Just keep a lookout for cute calendars, papers, photographs, all sorts of things that you can just really easily make decor out of. I would just love to know what you thought of today's music during this video. It is the one thing I get the most, not the most comments about, but you guys either love it or hate it. And so I really want to find something that is enjoyable for everyone. And so let me know in the comments down below what kind of music you like to hear during these DIY videos. Maybe you don't like to hear anything. Maybe you just want me to talk and make jokes the whole time. I mean, I can do that too. So again, let me know in the comments down below what kind of music you enjoy. I really hope you had as much fun watching this video as I had making it. This is one of my favorites. I'm really excited about these projects. If you'd like, come find me over on Instagram. I share a lot of my personal life as well as giveaways and decor ideas, all sorts of stuff. My name over there is $__mom. So come find me. Let's connect. And if you like what you see here, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Happy crafting!